I'm Portia de Rossi, and this is how it got better. I grew up in a very small town, about an hour outside of Melbourne, in a kind of suburban neighborhood called Geelong. I grew up with my mom and dad and my brother. It was very normal, very uneventful, and very happy. Right up until age 9 when my father died, very unexpectedly. Unfortunately, that is the thing I remember most about my childhood is loss rather than how happy it was. The thing that changed fundamentally was that feeling of not being able to rely on anything. Like nothing was solid. As kids, my brother was 14, I was 9, we just stepped up. And, you know, I went to work as a model, which was horrible. Horrible. Oh my God. Then everything became about what I looked like. Everything just hinged on it. And I felt tremendous responsibility when I was 12 years old and I was put up on a catwalk. My modeling agents had told me to go on a diet. So I didn't eat for 10 days before then. And then I get up on this catwalk and I'm a little kid and I'm posing and trying to be sexy and strutting around, and all the other models are making fun of my bushy eyebrows. And when I got in the car after that event and just opened up a bag of my favorite candy and just put my whole head in it, you know, and I think, shit, what have I done? I've just undid, 2 weeks worth of dieting. I'm 12 years old. So then I vomit. Erase the feelings with food, erase the food by vomiting, but you're still left with the shame, That's the thing. It makes me emotional just thinking about a day. It's just horrible. When I was a kid, like really young, maybe 10 or 11, and I was at camp, my best friend and I would sleep together in a sleeping bag and hold hands, and I just felt so good, so excited and happy and safe and all of those things, like butterflies. And I wondered back then, is that how I should be feeling? The reality was, in Melbourne in the 1980s, I had nobody to look up to who was gay, and I felt very isolated and confused because I felt like I didn't fit in. But I also didn't want to talk about it because, in my family, it was like the worst thing you could be is a lesbian. I mean, it was the antithesis of what my mother wanted for me. When I was about 16, she found the joy of lesbian sex under my bed. She sat down and she talked to me and she said, I love you, and I understand, and if you want to date girls, that's fine. Just don't tell anyone. So I moved out to LA probably midway through '94. When Ellen came out, I was really closely watching anybody who had the courage at that point to come out. What's gonna happen with her? What's gonna happen with Anne Heche? How is that gonna play out? And it didn't go very well for quite some time. I think people forget how completely ostracized Ellen was, how she lost everything. It just didn't go well. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna get through this phase of my career, and I won't deal with that. I won't worry about my happiness, my, meeting anyone. I can always do that later. I was cast on Ally McBeal, and then I thought the eyes of the world were on me. I just walked out of the network test and I called her. I was so excited and I said, Mom, I'm gonna be famous. And she said, be careful. Be careful. Don't let them find you out. Be careful. My eating disorder had gotten to a point where I felt physically exhausted. I was 82 pounds at the time, very much in the closet. They were both hand in hand. It was all the same thing. The origin was the same for both. Shame. I didn't want to think. I didn't want to think about being gay. I didn't want to think about what that would mean for my life. I wanted to be successful. So having the eating disorder kind of was like a babysitter. It kind of allowed me to not think about who I was, really. It enabled me to put all of my focus and attention on what I thought was the professional choice, which was taking care of myself. I got kind of like a general physical, and it came back positive for lupus and a slew of all other ailments. That was the start of my recovery, very long recovery. Just living your life truthfully, honestly. If you are a little bit different to the rest of society, you are being political. Because you're saying, despite the fact that I know the status quo, I need the same rights, I need everything that everybody else needs. Just simply by saying, I'm in love with Ellen, I am political. You know, when I realized that Ellen and I could actually be legally married, it was the most delightful surprise I think I have ever had. I remember saying to Ellen, we can get married, like actually married. I didn't even know how much it would mean to me, but it was just the difference between putting air quotes around wife and it making it real. No, she's actually my wife. She's my wife, undeniable. As all the people out there that wasn't so sure about it, it makes a big difference to them as they're saying it psychologically. There is no us and them. There is no way to be. There is no normal. You just have to know that who you are is enough. It will always be enough. It's more than enough. I mean, how amazing is it to be alive and to be uniquely you? That's all you have. So no matter what it is, you just have to go with whatever makes you smile, whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you feel enthusiastic and connected to something. That's it. That's everything right there. Doesn't matter what you are, just be passionate about it. That's, you know, that's really everything. That's a whole other topic. I joke and say coming out as a lesbian was hard, but coming out as a vegan, when you come out as vegan, you are directly saying something to someone who isn't vegan. We should do an It Got Better for being vegan. In fact, I want to start over.
Let's do this all.
Can we start over? Seriously.